Yep. No, like I told you, listen, you're going to start putting some respect on my name. Yeah, have you seen Tesla? Well, hey, what I tell you, listen, no, that's big, but you hear me? You're going to start putting some respect on my name. I keep telling you that. Hey, let me call you back. All right. Hey, love you, Mom. All right, bye. Oh! Are you not yet entertained? Y'all, my account is doing it with Tootsie, and I called it. We called it. I told you it was coming. Listen, we got a little information, a little thought process what's going on with our AMC. Obviously, the Tesla player jumping at the bando, Nvidia jumping at the bando, because tech with a little tech with a side of tech, with tech your tech. You hear me? Listen. Let's get down to it. Somebody, cue that wind effect. Right there. Bring it in. I need you to get a little closer. Bring it in. Yes, sir. All right, guys, listen. What a beautiful occurrence. What a beautiful day. Listen, got all my news, everything squared away with my move. Moving to a even nicer man. I'm going to have a nicer set, guys. But above all that, the money's growing. The money's getting green. I feel like I feel like a vegetable. I feel like a green bean. You hear me? But let's get this thing started off. We're gonna tap in with our beautiful cougar of the year, Miss Liz here. With I think his name's Hutch or something like that. You'll see with the beard, he looks like a Red Dead Redemption character. But he's on point with what he says now. But they're talking about what's going on with the markets, crypto, the tech rally, all that good stuff. We're gonna tap in, and like I said, we're gonna give a little coverage, and then a little bit more information on why you need to be invested in this market, and you need to be looking at some of these bangerangers, some of these tech plays. This AI is here, baby. Let's get down to it. Yeah.
Floor show, and our traders, Dan Greenhaus, of course, hedge fund manager here, and Dutch Masters. Dan, let me get right to the Goldman call and where you see the markets, because
Hutch.
Yes, we have seen quite the dramatic run-up. So what
Jay
are you
Clark,
expecting
how your
with the S&P
portfolio
500
doing,
in the
baby? You
next
picking
couple
stocks
of,
up? What they
I guess you
doing?
could say weeks
Are they
to
green?
months?
Okay, that's all I'm saying,
I think
baby.
it's perfectly
We don't miss.
fair and reasonable to assume that the market has a bit of a pullback. And that's not just an opinion, if you will. That's you can look at some of the internals of the market, some of the technical indicators. They're in overbought territory, and so it's perfectly reasonable to expect some digestion of this rally. But that's obviously separate from, let's call it the medium term, whether or not you think stocks are going higher. But yeah, I think some level of hesitancy right here is correct.
And guys, basically what he's saying is, because I hear a lot of people, they're like, yeah, I'm waiting for the guys. Dollar cost average. A fool's errand in every trader's errand is trying to be a timer of the market. I caught all these plays. I caught Tesla at 150 because I sat back in my head. I said, wait a minute. I said, if I ever caught Tesla at 100, 130, I would buy my pants off, which I had to go and dive in, because I was like, why am I sitting up here talking about something? Oh, it might go to 90 because all the FUD that was going on. I said, this is a price point. This is a buy zone. Even now is a buy zone, right? But obviously, down the line, there's going to be some relaxation. But like I said, Tesla goes on 13-day stints, and then cools down $10, $15, and runs back up again. Like I said, y'all will see where we at, sitting somewhere there, 280, going to 300. What did I tell y'all in yesterday's video? Go back in the video. What was that? What did I drop that? Was that on Sunday? Yeah, it was Sunday. Sunday's video about the upcoming market, and see if I was not head on with it. Let's get down to it. Continue.
Hesitancy, but does that
there
mean,
will be a cool
Dutch,
down in the future, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's pulling back to 180.
Or do you double down on digging for the little chunk of gold that is still there? Hard to find now, though.
Well, thanks, Liz. Speaking of digging, yeah, so the Bitcoin miners are actually coming back here. There's been some development in the Bitcoin world, but I think, Dan's absolutely right. We are extended a little bit in a lot of the indexes, mostly, like you said, 37% rise in the NASDAQ and the Techland stocks. So we're looking outside of Techland. We like things in the beauty, like ELF, the beauty space. We like Amphastar Pharmaceuticals, AMPH.
I said this last time, guys, and another thing that y'all might want to look into. I'm going to come into that once I feel that I still feel very underinvested in tech, and I got a lot of plays I want to dive into. But as a hedge to my tech thing, because obviously I'm heavy tech. I'm just at the gate. I'd rather put all my money on innovation than anything else. But obviously the name of the game is diversity. But the next step that will pull you through any a recession or any dip in the economy is women. Not in the sense that they might give you the best relationship, but I'll tell you one thing that will not stop. Women will buy their pants off. Lululemon is not going nowhere. Ulta, the makeup line is not going anywhere. Just understand, if you want to know, and that's why I say in the retail space, I wouldn't just go into buying some random store, Nike or whatever. Not getting me wrong, Nike's a big name, but as far as growth in profits, getting in on those names that are just the highest niche of beauty and clothing line for ladies, oh my God. Come on now. Lululemon, hey. All right.
But we really went large into the Bitcoin mining space this morning because the SEC has made a cataclysmic decision, we think, that hasn't yet priced into these stocks, and that is that there are going to be winners and losers in crypto land, and one of the winners is Bitcoin.
This was shot earlier.
Okay, but Hut, let's just be clarified here. 70% of your portfolio is now committed to one stock. And this is, I think it's important to point out, it's based in Canada. Basically, they bridge high-performance computing with digital asset world. But they're not just Bitcoin. I was looking into this. They're commercial, financial, healthcare, government, gaming, blockchain, et cetera.
Right.
Hey, I like this old guy.
Well, we like the action. From a trading standpoint, we really try to find stocks that trade what we call righteously, stocks that are not, really noisy and irrational. We're looking for some rational trading, and the market makers in this stock seem to be pretty rational players. And so, we will take a huge position like 60 or 70%, and then by the end of the day or the end of the week, if we've reached our target, which in this case is about $3 a share, we'll start peeling it back and reallocate.
You can get exposed to that, guys, but like I said, just in my personal opinion, again, you can never name it, but Bitcoin, and up until all the stuff clears out with Binance and SEC trying to put their foot into the crypto space, don't get me wrong, this is the time to be buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, HBAR, XLM, all of that. This is the time to be buying it, but don't expect that to be the massive growth shot just yet. But like I said, Riot's up 230% year to date. But don't forget, Riot ran up to what? Riot was in the hundreds when Bitcoin rallies. So like I said, this is the time to load in these, but understand that this is not the bull market of crypto just yet. So when you're buying, you're loading in to get inside of it. Pause. You're buying to get ready for it, just same as when you're supposed to be buying 3 months ago when I was screaming out by Tesla. But still, now is not overbought for Tesla. I'm just telling you. You'll see.
Okay, so piling in. And by the way, for those of you who don't know,
Tesla gets to running, when Tech gets to running,
more than
it
90%,
runs. It just goes
95% year to date. So he knows from what he speaks, but more of a trading standpoint. Dan, where do you like these markets now? And obviously you have somewhat of a different perspective here.
What's that called? Hut?
Yeah, I mean, we've taken a look at some names in the Bitcoin space, and I think there's certainly some investments to be made there, not necessarily in Bitcoin themselves, but in ancillary businesses, if you will. But I think from our standpoint, I think there's a lot still to like in the energy space. This is not necessarily a derivative on oil. You're investing in companies for the cash flow, for the shareholder.
Guys, for AI processing, like I said, I'm in the chip making, NVIDIA. I like the creators of it. I like the utilizers of AI, Tesla, NVIDIA, Microsoft. But if you're going to processing, looking at Google, Intel, C3 AI is an option. But like I said, nobody knows who's going to be the winner of the processing battle. So when you jump in there, you're taking a gamble. There's no real point for me to be. I'm not going to just tell y'all anything. I'm not just going to be like, hey, C3 AI or this. We don't know who's going to win that sector. But what I do know is that there's 30% growth in all that AI. So you're going to make money. But who's going to be the biggest winner? I can't tell you that yet.
Return profiles. And so a lot of them remain attractive, even at lower energy, lower oil prices. And then I think on the consumer discretionary side of things, the sector's done extremely well this year. A lot of that on the back of Amazon and Tesla. But there are a number of parts of the economy that are holding up on the backs of what the consumer are doing. Things like the home builders, obviously, one of the best industries you can invest in. A lot of leisure and travel, like the hotels, if you will. there's a lot of different investments you can look at on the back of the strong consumer that have done well, and I would argue are likely to continue doing well as long as the job market holds up.
As long as the job market holds up. There's been a little bit of retrenchment there.
Guys, don't y'all do y'all see how the difference between how bulls and bears look? Like, look at these bulls. You know Dutch got thoughts. Dutch, 70 years old, got thoughts all over the place. I can tell. This brother over here, he looked like he might be married, but he's gonna be getting up out of this soon. He's gonna have some wife-changing money coming through. But I'm just feeling it here.
Very strongly.
I feel at home over here.
Fed Chair Jay Powell is speaking. What are you expecting here, and do you brace for something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to know what he's going to do tomorrow. Obviously, we just had the Fed meeting, so it's fair to argue that he's not going to deviate too much from what they just said. But I think at this point, the street in general seems pretty divided on whether there's any more rate hikes to come. My own personal inclination is I think it's pretty safe to say there'll be one more. Whether there's a second one after that remains to be seen. But all of that is secondary to the average investor when it comes to how long the rates will stay at these elevated levels. Whether they hike one or two more times, you should care less about than when they are going to probably start bringing them down. And that's more likely than not a story for next year.
One thing you care deeply about, Dutch, is selling.
And guys, here's where my bullishness comes. Yet again, somehow the people of the American economy just absorb. They just take it. So what we're looking at here is, like I said, I'm not calling any bottoms or anything like that, but like I said, when you got to realize the tech sector got levied already. So we still know the housing market, commercial market. We still know commercial housing market. We still know retail sector, travel, things like that. We know that those still have to be levied. But when we're coming into summer, so some of that stuff is going to be held off. Housing, I still believe, is going to pop here soon. Same with retail, but there's enough to balance right now with the economy to where the fears that we had 3 months ago and realistically 2 months ago, month and a half ago, where we were like, oh, hey, it's going down, we're going to lose. That's kind of easing up as people are just absorbing it. The stock market has built in and has kind of put in the facet of those rate hikes. So kind of like this point, we're not saying, hey, is a green flag, but what we are saying is there's a lot of bullish sentiment in here. And there's a lot of money that's been sitting on the sideline because we've all been like, wait a minute. And that's why I jumped in for, because when I realized that everybody was sitting on the sideline, I said, well, hell, this is time to jump in now because there's not the influx of money. Now what you're watching with Tesla, like I said, institutions, retail, everybody was on the sideline. Institutions were highly under leveraged in their holdings of equities, over leveraged in cash, bonds, in their housing market. Housing market is going to start slipping a little bit, right? But they've got to, by a regulation, they have to be in it so much invested in each one of these sectors as an institution. So that money's coming in. I told you I was going to come in. This bull rally has legs. She's going to graduate up to a teenager. Told you that break above 265 on Tesla was going to send us to that. Yeah, we're going up to that 300. Yes, sir.
And taking profits. You've just sold
NVIDIA,
two names
Tesla,
to take some profits. What are they and why?
Well, we sold Workday because it is in the tech space, and we also sold Snowflake. But we were really doing that to kind of make room for these other calls in the other sectors. I completely agree with Dan. There's a lot of opportunity out there outside of technology stocks, which are the most extended positions. And I'm right down the middle with exactly what Dan's having to say about interest rates and, as well.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you something. When Jay Powell speaks before the House tomorrow and then the Senate on Thursday, what's important to point out is that the Q&A sometimes force him to, deviate. So we'll be watching for all of that and more.
Right.
Dan, Dutch, great to have you both. Thank you so much.
Another good interview by our favorite Cougar. Guys, let's get down to business, guys. Like I said, we're going to tap in a little bit over our AMC, a little side into what could possibly happen. But first, let's just sit here and bask in the Holy Grail. Oh yeah, listen, guys. I don't trust a lot of things, but that big head alien Elon Musk, there is so much to come with this stock. And literally, I was looking at this where I was looking at I don't know if I can even get it to pull up here. But basically on the 5-year chart, Tesla stock is up 1,000%, right? And I come back to that just to say the simple fact of, guys, the greatest generational wealth transfer is underway. Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, HBAR. Who am I leaving off? Amazon, Netflix. You know what I mean? If you want to have a little exposure, but all this is occurring, and just like I've been screaming from the top of my lungs, right? And of course, like I said, this doesn't necessarily, obviously, nobody's saying for you to sell your AMC, but all I'm saying is if you don't have inflow, you don't have cash coming in, if you're too tight and everything's in AMC, you need to break a little bit off and get some exposure to this. Whether that be one stock, dollar cost averaging, $30, $40, $50. Nobody says you have to buy the whole thing, but your money growing is your money growing. You understand? There's no reason to be missing out on this. That down here, what was this, a month ago? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Let me pull this out because I'm tired of clicking like that. 150. Look at this now. Retail is here. The retail saga is only beginning. What we know as meme stocks and this and that have drastically changed. Any stock can become a meme stock. Anything that rallies retail's attention goes crazy now. You're up, one double 1x. It was at 100. So we're going towards almost 3x you could be at, or 2x, right? Of whatever you put in on Tesla, guys. And this is nothing compared to where it's going to go. Is there a way? See, I hate how this chart pulls out. It looks so much better on my cell phone. But it might be because they did the stock split. I'm not going out that far. But listen, like I said, stocks ran to 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. And the point is, this is a generational wealth creator, guys. We're setting up right now for the next stock split. You get 40 shares. They go 4 for 1. Hey, you got shares, right? This is one of those things that keeps on giving. That's why I keep screaming this out. Don't miss out on these banger companies with high pricing power. This is what's going to levy and take your money to the next level. But now let's double tap in and look at our sweet little play. AMC, guys, nothing to see here. Guys, we're looking at 450. Obviously, like I said, they've got that wall set up at 516 and they're holding it down. I don't expect any crazy price move, guys. We're, 9 days out? 9 days out. How many bids? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're seven stock days, market days away from, like I said, all hell breaking loose. I'm excited about it. Either way it goes, like I told you guys, we in this thing. I'm playing the arbitrage, but like I said, I'm being here with y'all every step of the way of this thing. Like I said, I'm gonna be playing it my way. You play it your way. We're gonna come in. Everybody give their opinions down here. We're not doing none of that emotional. Oh, you guys are hey, say how you are you gonna do it? If people agree, they agree. If they don't, it is what it is, guys. But what we're doing is we're evolving. But it helps a retail to kind of know how one another are thinking and how we're moving along with it. Like I told you, I'm gonna be playing that ape arbitrage. I'm about to be in that thing like booty hell. I'm about to run up because I know what's gonna come. I know there's gonna be a sell-offs to come. And like I said, if y'all go look at that video on stock loan substitution, and what I've been telling y'all with how selling will actually force them to have to go and actually go locate those shares. This selling that might prompt out with people that aren't trying to ride through that might trigger upward price movement. So like I said, there's a million ways this thing's gonna go. But we all know ultimately that further down the line, AMC stock is gonna be above $4.50. So at the end of the day, for those that feel like you're stuck and that there's money to be made. Now me, I have come to the understanding and have learned the ability to see that, hey, I can make a lot of money in betwixt 2 or 3 years, right? But if you're like, hey, listen, I haven't learned that yet, I don't feel comfortable, hold your stock. Like I said, it's going higher than $4.50. But now, just know there's multiple ways to play this where you could be still in your play and making a bunch of money off of as well. But like I said, y'all know I'm going to be here with y'all dropping dimes off of you. If you choose to hear it, hey. If you don't, hey, we still here. We still got love for you. But now let's double tap in. AMC still sitting at 22.62%, 7.10 days to cover. All this irrelevant. Like I said, y'all go check out that video. I dropped that on Friday. Y'all want to go watch it before I forget what day it is, because like I said, I'll be forgetting. But stock loan substitution is basically showing you how they're using options, things like that, to basically just hold the short interest. Because I said, now we know the short interest is 500,000%, right? Well, they're using options to be able to kind of suppress that and hold that price down. And of course, like we said, they're sitting on 100% of the order flow through the dark pool, which is why, again, it explains all why there is non-applicable on the full dark pool percentage. But like I said, what's going on here is this is how much they're shorting. They have all of it going off here, and they've shot off 60% of the short, the volume today was short, and all the rest of it they're using the synthetic buildups of creating trade shares and things like that. So they're holding the play down just basically all through algorithm. Everything's going through dark pool, buying, selling, none of that. Well, excuse me, buying is not going to affect it. But like I said, on this June 29th, and I want to see how they play that, because like I said, they've got to expect it to be selling. And that triggers the broker to have to go get that. Though any of our next meme stocks, y'all hear this opinion, y'all hear my opinion on this. Any of our other meme stocks, Cosm, GTI, if you aren't in already, like I said, I'm not in GTI. I've got the what's that thing called? I got the little dividend that really is just another ape they made. GTI got aped. But I got in there, had the price, got the thing, got my ape sitting up, still says zero, not ape, but the GTI version of ape still worth $0.00. But I got out there, got my price, got out, right? The buying and selling, right? The selling causes your broker to have to go off and buy and execute that trade. All right, they have to go actually get those shares, right? Well, that has to be done. When we come in, they were using our holder mentality against us. They knew if we said we're going to hold forever, you hold, you die, there's no need for them to go get the shares. So from now on, y'all just hear this and think about this. If we find another play, and that's what I see every single day whenever I choose to go into the wild world of day trading and trying to swing down there at 4 a.m. with those crazy stocks like WIS and things that pop up. You're in and you're out by 9 o'clock. You're seeing the rise. People are buying and selling because they're having to do it. But 9 o'clock comes in, those algos come in and just beat that thing to smithers. You will lose everything, right? But I've teamed all that together. Just something that y'all might want to keep on y'all's mind. Now, beautiful, beautiful day. American Idol contender #1. But nonetheless, y'all double check out what's going on my Tesla play. Rivian on Tuesday, which is there. Rivian was the latest automaker to announce a deal to access the Tesla supercharger network in the U.S. and Canada starting spring 2024. Okay. All right, yeah, you're right. Just wait it out. Tesla's gonna go down, you say. All right, hey. I can't make you see it, but all I can tell you is it'd be way smarter dollar cost average so you don't miss it. Catch it high, catch it low, catch it in between, catch it everywhere. That you want to be everywhere with it. You want to be buying into it. Don't try to be, I'm gonna save $30. What's $30 gonna be in 10 years? You be like, damn, that was irrelevant. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Coming even further, our big head alien was down in India. It is likely there will be a significant investment in relationship between India and the Tesla in the future. Guys, all these dimes dropping off right here and right now. I don't know how to express this to you. And even further, South Korean automaker Hyundai. I sold cars as my first profession. A beautiful thing, guys. Sales is a great thing to go into if y'all trying to build up some cash, try to maximize whatever you're doing. But South Korea automaker Hyundai, that's what I sold Hyundai, will consider making its EVs more readily compatible with the charging standard Tesla. It is pushing for North America. So now there's GM, General Motors, Ford, and most recently Rivian have already joined the charging alliance. What more do they want from me? I just keep screaming it louder. Hey, y'all should jump in on this now. But like I said, you know y'all boys invited to my yacht because I'm going to have one but now. I'm going to be in that G string swinging something nasty around now. So don't judge me. Just tell you be a couple thoughts over the, hey, when you walk by me, just walk by like this because I'm being that thing. Woo! I'm just telling you how it's coming. Guys, What a beautiful time to be alive. What a beautiful time to be in the market. Like I said, we're staying tuned. I'm getting excited. Like I already told you, market melt up. This short week is going to be fun. I'm just telling you. And then even though we're looking at this doom and gloom for this 29th, guys, this is all experience for me. I'm just telling you. After I leverage my portfolio and have my long terms, I'm able to really, I'm going to be trading with it, but I can hold my AMC. At this point, like I can hold it because I have a mass majority where I'm looking at my portfolio growing up over here, things that are sitting over here settled. I'm like, all right, cool. But it was totally different when I had came in. I came in heavy. I had some money in that thing, right? And I saw the rise up and I saw that dump off. That thing had me getting I was getting turning enraged on the inside. Until I stepped back, I said, okay, I need to reallocate because I should not be that emotionally attached into a trade, right? That wasn't even supposed to be long. It wasn't supposed to be this long, right? But like I said, we wedged in the middle of something bigger. Ultimately, this could be a setup for somebody to come and buy out AMC because, like I said, they're the movie theater hub. So for what's it called? Cinemark. For Cinemark to be trading at $20, guys, AMC's got to be trading somewhere near that. They produce higher. They make more revenue. Of course, there's debt, but like I said, this amount of debt compared to what type of money's out there and people to buy that. Hey, there's things to come. Hey, we stay in tune with, like I said, much love for y'all for the channel growing, guys. Hey, we're getting close to that 1,000 mark, and I'm just feeling more and more live each day. Like I said, we will come with a better set, more fun, more entertainment, more education. Guys, much love for y'all. Y'all boys already know what's next. Yes, sir.